Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk, or Monotalk with James. I changed it again. I changed my the name to what it used to be and what it's always been, which is Monotalk with James. So if you look me up on YouTube, it's going to be Monotalk with James. I don't know if it's taken hold yet. Hey, Ryan Bank. Hello, Red. Stevie, how are you? And so we had a good night last night. We had a guy come on, Jay. He's been with us for a while. He's saying that we're talking about Hillary too much, and I'm like, you can't let go of it. I mean, I understand that we do speak pretty viciously of her, which is fine. Oh, hey, Yucky, Ryan, welcome, buddy. Okay. Anyway, who else is Evan? Hey, Evan. So, and I understood what he's saying. We're just too, but we can't let go. Nobody can let go. You shouldn't. Okay. The reason why we can't let go is not because we have like a can't let go kind of thing, like we're emotionally attached. That's not it. It's that we have to continue to keep it on the table. We have to continue to bring it up because we don't want people to forget that, oh, Bernie got screwed in a primary. There was some illegal and criminal acts by a particular person, and what she did, uh, she had her thumb on everything. If you think it was the DNC or Debbie Wasserman Schultz or Donna Brazil or whoever the fuck was doing what to who, she knows what she's doing. She's been through this before. She was trying to assure herself by bringing in Donald Trump. Wikipedia brought in the Podesta files, the Podesta emails. It was clearly stated in an email that there was Ben Carlson and Ted Cruz and Donald Trump were supposed to be the people that she wanted Comcast and Time Warner, CNN and Comcast, Time Warner, to focus on one particular person. And she made sure that they chose Donald Trump. Big mistake. Okay, so she made a mistake there. So through the primary, that was in regards to the general, but through the primary with and I'm going to continue to bring it up. Every state that there was a paper trail or there could have been a paper trail, nothing really odd or weird or crazy coin tosses or changing of rules of delegates or anything happening. Nothing really happened that was wild. But anywhere there was no trace or the inability to have a paper trail, some pretty bad shit went down. I mean, Nevada was insane. Even in Bernie State, it was insane. I mean, there were many different states that had just reports after report after report, and this is within the Democratic Party. These are volunteers in the party saying, "Hey, there's some bad things going on," and it was swept under the rug, swept under the rug, swept under the rug. But when it all came to, especially when Donna Brazil actually had questions given to Hillary prior to a debate in front of the whole United States and the world, how is that just not cheating? If she had integrity, if she had the ability to like have ethics or morals or decency or integrity in a sense, she would have she wouldn't even be a part of any of that. But she was from day one. She thought she had this all figured out, controlled everything and everything. It's going to be exposed. This whole Russia thing too is going to be exposed. Uranium One is getting investigated. I'm just saying, Jay. Look, I get you. We talk about this, and maybe I'm talking about her too much. But, you know, bro, I mean, you've been with us for a long time. We have to not let this go because the mainstream media needs to know these stuff. Yeah, Snork's saying right now, Iowa's insane. YouTube shows Hillbot's taking a new count after Bernie people were told it was over, so Hillary won instead of Bernie. There were so many different reported incidents of just criminal activity after criminal activity, of voter collusion and voter rigging. Fraud's different. That's when you vote and you're using the wrong name, or you're or something of that instance. You're portraying a fraud. But there was rigging. There were people being told to state new laws. I mean, it was, and then there was this chair thrown and all this other stuff, and they blamed it on the Bernie crats, and it wasn't. And I mean, I could go on and on and on. You could do like fucking a week full of shit on how bad that stuff was, and nothing's been done about it to this very day. So they keep distracting everybody's attention to Trump and how stupid and fucking idiotic he is, which is a no-brainer. The guy shouldn't fucking be in office. But what happened, everybody hated with a passion Hillary so much, so very much, that they stopped. People just froze. They just said, fuck this. I'm not voting. I don't want to have anything to do with it. People left and went to the Green Party. You know, people just fucking went on a vacation. You know, but what happened with Trump is he was talking to a base that grew. He went after people with the hate and the bigotry and finally brought them out from underneath the fucking scummiest rocks in the world and got those fuckers out to vote a little bit more than Hillary did. Okay? And that's she created her own demise. You know, nobody can sit there and say, you know, and even though all the shit that happened through all the states that were rigged and the collusion and the criminal voting type activities and actions that were taken, I'm still going to vote for it. That never fucking happened. People they have more self honor, self pride, dignity, integrity, stuff that she fucking has none of. So they either didn't vote for her at all, okay, or some of the crazy ones just voted for fucking. Oh, look at that. Eric goes, hey, Cheryl Snork, Rebel, Radler, Ryan Bennett, Rebel Cage, Radler, hey, ditzy little girl. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so that's what happened, Jay. And we can't let a criminal, such as in my profession, from what I've seen and from what I've gathered, it's like my eye is always on this bitch. I want to see her go down. She needs to go down. In this decade, you know, which is almost over, she needs to be prosecuted. She needs to be indicted. She definitely needs to be in a very big trial in regards to so many different things. You know, Kim.com, if you're listening or if you ever hear this, man up, get the proof. Did fucking Seth Rich provide the thumb drive and was the whistleblower for Wikipedia? Just fucking, you said you knew, and if you know, do it. That ends everything. One guy, he's saying he has this, but still, you know, I don't want any problems, and I'm fucking rich and powerful, and fuck everybody. You know, what a fucking dick. You know, I mean, it's almost like what Bernie did, Tim.com. You know, instead of being Harvey Malcolm X, you know, Kennedy, and just standing up and doing the right thing and knowing the risk, you know, being the real hero. Sometimes real heroes, real true heroes, know the risk and they take it. But Tim.com didn't. He hasn't. Or he's just bullshitting, or, you know, either It's either that or he's just bullshitting just to get people to notice him and like him and review him and share him and everything that he has. But the Tim.com, if you absolutely say what you say that you have, that you said you have, bro, stop being a fucking pansy. Stop being a fucking yellow back, yellow boned, no vertebrae, slimy mollusk. You know, go a little, knuckle up, brother. Come on out. Let's see it. If she goes, here's what's going to happen, Tim.com. If you actually have information and you shared it with RT, TYT, and if you shared it with, the independent media, social media all over the world, Al Jazeera, you know, and then after they all have it, they're going to get it. CNN's going to see it. MSNBC's going to see it. And if everything connects, then guess what? You fucking did it. You took her down. You took the a very big piece of the two-party oligarchy down. But you're not. Or you don't have it. Or you're full of shit. Or you just like getting the likes. But anyway, so yeah, we have to talk about her. Yeah. I do trigger Eric. I can't help it. I like hear. Sometimes I can't sleep until I hear him say the C word and Hillary at the same time. Oh, hi guys. But anyway, there's a lot going on. I mean, I am looking through the news, and that thing about Steve Bannon and his book. He's just a disgruntled employee. I mean, come on. Bottom line, a disgruntled employee. Everything in the news, what's interesting, if you always look up Google News, you're always going to see a few things on Donald Trump. Then the next thing that comes up on the list is Steve Bannon and the White House, explosive cyclogenesis. I don't know what that is. Michael Wolff's in there. Kansas City Chiefs, yay. Tennessee Titans, national weather. Oh, and then my Rams. The Rams fucking blew it. Cooper fumbled the ball and took the wind at. Let me just say, just talk about sports real quick because football. I love football. It's a great sport. It just needs to be done properly. Sometimes a single play, even in any sport, in many sports, can take the wind out of another team or gain massive momentum. And if you have been on a team full of people, you've seen it, you've felt it. So anyway, Cooper fumbling on that kickoff was that's what did it. That was just terrible. And then they scored on that drive, which sucked. So, kudos for them getting into the playoffs. But, the Falcons were the better team. They played harder, and they beat the fucking Rams in home field. Good for you, Atlanta Falcons. May you go and prosper. And then, what else do we got here? There's just so many things out there that are happening. And then I was watching on Chuck Schumer says no to single payer again on Jimmy Dore. Israel is putting children in jails. So that brings me to my mono word. And my mono word tonight is scam. Because I really feel that the mainstream media is part of an elaborate scam. And I'm going to use an example of a pretty elaborate scam that just happened to my ex. She went through Craigslist to buy a puppy for the boys. She sent money to somebody, and then they wanted more money to be sent to a TransUnion to somewhere in Mexico. Out of the United States. And then, ding, a light went off in her head. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And that's like a retail scam. People on Craigslist or wherever, you can be scammed all the time. So don't throw money out there. unless you're doing it as a favor, or you're doing it because you care about somebody or love somebody. You're doing it because you know that there could be a return, or that you're actually getting a product, or you're getting a service that you're supposed to be getting. But man, that was bad, you know. So that's a scam. So, and that's a retail scam. But there are some people that they colluded together. A person that said, I'm the handler, or the person that raises the dogs, and then I'm the person that gets somebody else to, like a veterinarian type person that was very supposedly informed about dogs and all this other stuff, and said the right words and the right things, and got her to send a good chunk of dough. And some of it was my kids. But when she told me, I was more concerned and pissed, and then in the back I was kind of laughing, under my breath. But the problem is my son lost some money too, which kind of pissed me off. So, but that's the thing that's happening out there. Out there, it seems like people are scamming other people constantly, and I'm not just talking about on Craigslist. I'm talking about politics. When Chuck Schumer says, I don't support single payer or universal health care. And when Dianne Feinstein says, I can't comment it, I'm not doing anything on it right now. And when a lot of the Democrats um, aren't supporting something that 69% of the United States and its voting republic care about, want, need, then there's a scam. There's a fucking scam. And the scam is they're taking money and hurting others. They're taking money from the corporations. I don't know where they're putting it. Cayman Islands, South Africa, Switzerland. Fuck, there's so many places. Thailand, South Korea. If don't think the Cayman Islands is the only place you can fucking open a bank account and stuff money in somebody else's name or some other corporation's name. I mean, there's just so many ways to fucking hide money on this planet, you'd be surprised. But the scam of our supposed leaders at the legislative, judicial, and executive levels is really starting to get uh, blatant. It's starting to get heinously terrible. And it's like they're smothering it in our faces. And I'm sorry, I'm watching something else. I should be looking at the. Oh, hey, Dominic. Hey, Ron. Actually, then for theater, it's just, it's like they're doing it. It's like they're doing it right in front of us. They're actually. It really seems like they don't care. They don't really care what we think, and most people in this country right now get that they don't care. A lot of people get it. And I've talked to people left and right, and I've heard, and a lot of people come on the show, and they don't give a shit, and they don't care because they're the ones with the $2 million in their bank accounts. They're the ones that have property in states all over the country and all over the world. They're the ones that are getting greased backroom deals and golf course uh, uh, agreements and handshaking deals done. We're not. The scam is we're being scammed. We're totally being scammed by people that are supposed to be working for us. And it's happening right in front of our faces. And they're using this fucking clown named Donald Trump to distract us. And no, that's the show, but the people that are directing us to the show or creating the show is the mainstream media. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, and even some people on independent YouTube, Patreon, uh, just independent media that's out there, social social live videos on Facebook and also on Twitter, live feeds and stuff like that are feeding bullshit to all of us. And I'm just completely, what do you say? I don't know. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming just how blatant it is that we're just watching the scam happen. But biggest problem is that I have with this, the biggest freaking problem I have with this is I can't do anything about it. I can't say, officer, those people over there are taking our money and they're not giving us health care and people are dying. We can't do. It's like we're told our hands are fucking tied. That's the worst part of all this is watching the criminal scam happen, and we're fucking just and we just can't do anything about it, man. It's fucking nuts. Hey, Rainbow Boom X, what's up? Hey. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's overwhelming, and at the same time, it's alarming, and it needs to continually be conveyed. We need to make sure that we're not fucking letting them off the hook, that we're still paying attention, that we're still here, and that we're still watching, listening, trying to put these things together, connecting the dots, um, checking the sources, looking up the references, matching the links, talking, getting on the phone, emailing, getting with the horse's mouth, finding out ways that we can do things at a city level, at a community level, at a family level, to at least stop the madness at some point. Those two black guys that do Let the Madness Begin, they talk about all kinds of cool shit. But I'm telling you, they're just like us. They're just frustrated. I was watching Tim Black doing a stand up the other day, and the thing I heard him, and I watched the fucking energy just go out. Because I don't know what to tell you, man. That was in a stand up. I don't know if he was doing like a stand up kind of comedy thing, but it was kind of funny. He just goes, man, I just don't know what to tell you. He does know what to tell us. The Humanist Report, he knows what to tell us. Debbie is sane progressive. She knows what to tell us. Uh, Holly Seeliger with Zune Politicon, she knows what to tell us. Nico House, he knows what to tell us. H.A. Goodman, no, he's not a crook. Jay thinks he's a crook. He's a little extreme. He's an Israel guy, but he's really trying to take down the two-party oligarchy, I think. I'm kind of watching him, though. He's a little kind of, I don't know, I'm a little concerned. Red Economics, definitely. She's coming out with some good stuff. David with Independent Outsiders, get some cool stuff. News Bud, We Are Change. I don't know if you guys have watched that. I think it's kind of good. We Are Change. It's kind of a good show. Comes out. They've got some interesting stuff. This guy Luke on there and a few others put out some good information. Of course, Jimmy Dore. Kemp. With Redacted tonight. Just fucking brilliant kid, man. That guy's just amazing. He's doing some great stuff, and there's lots of information out there. And I'm telling you, there's some new guys that I was watching the other day. TRT is out there. It's a new station. I think it's pretty good. Let me see. I don't really watch Young Turks. Sorry, don't. I'm just not really into the Young Turks. The All Seeing Eye. That is a good one. Oh, and this lady, You Are Free TV. It's good though. You Are Free TV. Evan Kim always has some good stuff. He's part of the creators of this and some other stuff that's out there. By the way, awesome job, Evan. Awesome job on your igloo. Calls it a snow shelter. It's an igloo. All right. Is it a cave? Did you guys dig out the cave? It's freaking awesome, and your daughter's totally gonna remember that forever. Let me see. Text Zone, Jimmy Dore, Let the Madness Begin. If you got ADHD like I do, check out How to ADHD. That girl is fucking awesome. Democracy Now! Is pretty good. Mi Casa es Su Casa. Redacted tonight, of course. I watched this kid Physics Crypto, which I thought was really interesting the other day, but he Jewed me out of fucking 5,000 crypto cash dollars or whatever. Christian does, The Fly does, We Are Change, that's good. The Weasel. You guys should watch Mind Smash. That's fucking awesome about fighting. That guy's amazing. Um, Mr. Puzzle is fucking cool. Oh, RT, of course. Empire Files with Abby Martin. Oh, Abby Martin. Anyway, she's fucking fantastic. Secular Talk, kind of. Real news. I think that's it. God, I just got so many. There's tons. Humanist Report got that. Ali Zeeler got that. Okay, I plugged everybody. But the people that are in the chat are awesome too, and they got some good stuff going out there. You will, in this format, you will be able to see them. By the way, my name is James. I'm with Monotalk. I usually do my spiel for about a half hour, and then I let the rest of the group come on it. We talk about all kinds of shit. My goal, and it's always been my goal, and I always have to state this, is I'm trying to save this planet, man. I really am, because without this living, breathing, giving, sharing earth that we have, we don't have shit. There is no plan B. There is no other earth to go to. We really need to start. We're at the precipice, people, and we've got to turn around. This not the precipice in 20 years, like right now, today. Actually, we're kind of late on the bus on that. We're late for the meeting. I'm telling you right now. And then it'll take care of all take care of all the inhabitants that are out there. I think that's just huge. Earth inhabitants. What else? What else do you think is more important? Yeah, I know it's a broad stroke, but we have to start thinking in those terms. Now that when people come, I have to put on my headset and I read more, so I got to have my glasses on. But anyway, thank you all for coming on tonight. Thank you in the live chat out in the galley. And yeah, man, the scam just continues, right? It's like watching somebody rob a bank, which would be great. I would just stand up and go like this. Awesome, bro, go. Throw a fucking couple chunks in that big truck out there. The big black one, That's what I would tell them. Wow. Don't get any ideas. I know it's, but I'm telling you, the scams that's happening out there is just insane. I'm going to grab the link and throw it up here, guys. Just give me a second. And I'm honestly just completely and absolutely just sick and tired of all of it. The continuous thievery, the continuous backroom, just the rigging and the collusion, the corruption, and the slimy. It's just fucking crazy, And who's the fucking, like, if there's a cul-de-sac full of houses, what house are you most concerned about? The house, the Norwegian house? Are you really concerned about the France house all the time? How about the Mexico house? Is that a big problem? Yeah, they stay up late, they party, they have the cucaracha, But the one you always have your eye on because you're never really sure because they're a bunch of fucking crazy idiots is the fucking USA house. And that's the perception the entire world has. I'm telling you right now. Ask anybody, and I'm sure Ryan can tell us because he's from Australia, Melbourne, right? I'm telling you right now, it's bad. It is really bad. So hey, look, when you come on the show, we're just perceived. The mainstream media has just turned us into fucking idiots. The mainstream media has God, how do I say this? They're like the worst enemy. That is their enemy number one. They are enemy number one, in my professional opinion, in my cognitive thinking opinion. The reason why they're enemy number one is because they they try their hardest to lie and deceit. Uh, they instigate war with the consent, with their hyperbole about wars, and then we find out later it's for resources and money and deals. It has nothing to do with protecting or saving anyone ever. Yeah, we've got a lot of friends. We made a lot of friends out there. Thank you, mainstream media. You fucking assholes. God, you people are just sick. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's up. Let me put it in the Twitter too, just in case some people want to come on here. And I'm going to throw it at a few people that were on last night. You know what's cool about Josh that came on the other night is that guy was a real trooper. He stayed and hang out. He just liked talking with us. He goes, the first time he said, man, you guys are fucking right on. I just totally dig what you're doing. I think you guys are good. He believes, and he's been around a lot of movements. He believes that, we're going to go far. He thinks that what we're doing here at Montauk, and as such, in the platform and the format that we have, we're doing really great. And he thinks it's going to start to grow. And it's needed. And it's definitely, let me get the door. Evan, what's up? Hey, man. All right, so I'm done with my monologue. Hey, did you have that microphone before?
Yeah, I just actually got a swivel arm for it. So instead of being out of the picture, it's closer to me. So it sounds a lot more like a radio host or something.
You sound like a radio host. You have that radio host type voice. What if I started talking like that? Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Montauk. This is Jim, and it's a pleasure to have you here tonight.
Well, howdy, Jim. How's it going? This is I can't keep a straight face.
Can't even do it.
Hey, Snark, how's it going?
And our other guest tonight is Snork, and Snork is just one of those fantastic guys that we have all the time on Montauk.
If you've never heard of Snork, you should really check out.
You can't even do it.
Oh man, I can't do it. I'm horrible.
See, Snork kind of talks like that normally anyway.
Yeah, he does. He does have a radio voice.
He does have that super
This
low
is my
radio
normal voice. I actually kind of tone it down a little bit while I'm not talking on here.
He doesn't want to be overly sexy, making all the girls cry.
But normally in this area, we all speak like news anchors.
Yeah, not me, said myself. I'm just a regular guy out doing regular stuff. You guys hear the motto word tonight is scam.
Oh, are we talking about Hillary Clinton tonight?
Yeah.
We don't talk about her enough, as far as I know.
I think we need to talk about her all night long.
I think so. I think we only talk about her maybe just 10% of the time. It seems like that's like 90% of the time we should be talking about
Yeah,
her.
we should do definitely 95. We should go 95.
Okay.
You know what? We should really get into what she's wearing, her clothes, her shoes. What kind of shoes is she wearing? Is she walking upright? Is she? It's wide open. Fucking Jay's like, fuckers.
We do know that she wears yellow pantsuits.
That's true. With stains. That's all I have to say. It's bad. She
Oh boy.
the thing that perturbed me the most about her, I was just is when she drank that water and she was coughing, and something came out of her mouth, right, and into that glass. That was it's like this big. It was like 3/4, like a quarter. It was like a half the size of a fucking American League baseball. And it just landed in the bottom of that cup. And I was like, what the fuck was that, dude?
Wait, when was this?
I'm going to show you.
Oh,
yeah, I am.
Was this recent?
No, it was during the primaries.
Oh, good thing I didn't see it. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, it was so bad. It was.
And I want to thank Congresswoman
Hold
Marsha
on.
Fudge for hosting us.
I still like.
Hold
I
on.
still think the one with the seizures is weird when she's talking to a reporter and she does that little weird thing.
No, yeah, she goes looks at the balloons.
Or the-
Oh.
The one where she was jerking her head like Big Bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about, Snurr.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That was kind of strange. All right, here I'm gonna grab right now. Just
Yes.
for the
Those of you who
audience, those of you in the audience, if you cannot handle anything that could possibly make you upchuck or vomit, you may want to look away.
I used to have a pretty strong stomach. I don't know how I'll handle this.
not
If you
this
do not,
strong.
no, I think this one is the good one when they do it in. She does it and they do it in slow motion a few times. It's cool. You know, you can't CGI this shit, dude. There's if you CGI this, yeah, careful. No, Snort. The bag should be below your mouth in case you start to puke. All right, so let me grab it real quick. I'm gonna throw it on. It's gonna be on the YouTube, by the way. All right. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm always ready.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
Hold on, let me put it in non HD.
get like 144 clarity pixels. 144. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Wait. She's coughing. Watch this. Wait for it.
Alexa,
look at that. Do you see it?
Screens.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Watch. This is the one. Slow motion. Watch the stuff come out of her mouth. Oh, look at that. It was like a big chunk of fucking slime, dude. It was so bad.
Oh, come on.
It was. Did you see it though?
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I know. Sorry about that.
It was bark.
Then she's done barking. There's all kinds of weird shit this lady's done. But anyway, that's what criminals act like. Criminals act really fucking strange and do stupid things all the time, and then one day they get caught. So I do hope that they're going to investigate on Uranium One, and they'll realize that the person that's been dealing with fucking Putin and the Kremlin and the Russians more than anybody else on the planet is the fucking Clintons, which it all comes down to. And Trump has just been a giant distraction, as they want him to be. But most people aren't going for that shit. 770. Hey, you might want to fix, if you're coming in, I'm going to ask, fix your number before you come in if you can. If you can, I'll do it for you. Just let me know what name you want up there, okay?
It might be Jay trying to cussing you out for talking about Hillary.
It's a different number.
Oh.
Jay's probably just so pissed off he's doing shots or something. Okay, so I don't know who this person is, but welcome, caller. You can chime in whenever you want. This is James and Eben and Snork. And how's it going?
You know, you could edit the number.
I am doing it
while they're in the waiting room.
You can while they're in the waiting room?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put XXX right now until we get a name. But it's already been given. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put XXX from now on when they're in.
Oh, and if Jay comes on, I'm gonna keep calling him Jesus.
That was so bad. Hey, Jesus. Hey, Jesus. Jesus. Right? That was so bad. And Jay's like, it's Jay. It's Jay. I was fucking tripping out, dude. I felt sorry for Jay. I felt sorry for him, man. I was like, bro. I fucking felt so terrible. Okay. Oh, Howard Kramer. It's been a while. Hi, Howard Kramer.
How's
Welcome.
it going, man?
Good seeing you, buddy.
It's good to, not see you, but talk to you. I'm still having a problem with my Zoom, so I'm just on the phone.
Okay.
You might see me on Zoom, but I can't really see you guys.
Oh, that's okay. But at least you can hear us. I don't know if that helps.
I understand I missed a fun New Year.
Oh yeah, it was a good one. I just saying, we all celebrated. I had a good celebration. Somebody else had a really good celebration, but anyway, theirs to their own.
I'm sorry I missed it. I wound up just staying up with my wife and kids.
Good.
It was a very quiet night.
So that you can see that who had that show on that night? Was that you, Evan? Or was it me? No, it was me.
It was you?
Yeah, I had it on earlier, right? Or was it you?
I
don't know. But anyway, it's either Evan or I had the show on. So if you go to my YouTube, or you can go to Evan's and find it, it's it's the 31st. Well, I'll tell you right now. And then you could see the fun things, the fun and wonderful things that happen.
All right, I'll have to do that. Sometimes I just I let the Mana talks that I've missed. I just I listen to them in the background while I'm working during the day.
Oh.
So it's one nice thing about working from home is kind of the flexibility to zone out and not have to really pay too much attention to what I'm doing.
That is cool. That is fortunate.
I hosted it.
Okay, you did. You're looking at it right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So look on. Is it under Tequila Sunrise or is it under Eben Kim?
Eben Kim.
Eben Kim. Okay, so find it under Eben. You can post the link. It might be helpful, or I can grab it if you want. Just go look.
Is it on YouTube? If it's on YouTube, I'll find it.
Yeah, there's not too many Eben Kims out there. I think the only one that I know of and never heard of in my entire life is the guy that's next to me here. So if you see another Eben Kim, let us know. I want to invite him on the show for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so
what are we talking about
tonight? I was just in. For me, I do my monologue. Just kind of go over some really interesting stuff, and I just can't believe. Well, I can believe it, but it's the scam that was somewhat hidden. It seems to be that they're scamming us right in front of our faces. Like we're getting the short end of the stick, and they know it, and they don't give a fuck. And anyway, that's and it's just been continuous. Maybe I'm just late to that party, like I was on the 31st, but it's just so blatant these days. It seems so blatant, and the mainstream media just doesn't really give a shit either. So they're part of it. Just nuts. Go ahead. Nothing? Clark, nothing? Howard, nothing? Oh, hey, so go ahead.
Jim, I apologize. I'm coughing my head off. I've had this cold for like 3 weeks that I can't shake. So I'm going to actually mute it because I don't want to keep interrupting you from coughing.
That's okay. Yeah, sure. So we have somebody that came on. The phone number was, I'm not going to say it, but it was a 770 area code. I don't know where that's at, somewhere not around me. Just wondering, did you want to say hi? Do you have a comment? Do you want to?
It's from Atlanta.
Okay, Atlanta.
Yeah,
Georgia.
Atlanta, this is Howard. Atlanta's me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
so 770-509-0828, that's me.
Okay, so he's on twice? What does that happen?
I think so, because I've tried to get, I tried to get on Zoom, and I'm off of Zoom. I'm just on the phone.
So he didn't really exit Zoom. So you can actually kick out the Howard Kramer and then
I'll put Howard Kramer on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So it's just me on the phone.
Roger that.
Zoom's not very intuitive. Like if you exit out of the Zoom screen on your phone, that doesn't necessarily mean that you left Zoom. You have to
gotcha, but you have to bear in mind that I'm a moron.
Don't worry.
This is the perfect place for that.
There you go.
This is the club. Instead of monotalk, should I call it moron talk?
There you go.
Oh no, you might be stealing from Snork because his other nickname is Sycamoron.
Oh, what? Really?
Isn't that right, Snork? You're muted. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
I'm actually going to go back to mutes because I feel coughing fit coming on, but I'll chime in if necessary.
Yeah.
I used to live in a town called Sycamore when I got Twitter.
Were there a bunch of smart people there, or were they not that smart?
No, I was living there. I was in Sycamore. I just picked the name Sycamore on.
That's a good one.
By the way, James, it's a snow fort. It's not a
Igloo.
igloo.
That's so cute, though, man. That's so awesome. That is so totally cool. Okay, so it's a snow fort. I didn't see how you built it because you didn't document that. Like I document the things I do, but because I'm me. Was it like a big snowbank and you dug in it?
Yep, I just shoveled snow to create a walkway, and just the piled snow. Once it's piled high enough, I just started digging inside it.
Okay.
So the snow was only like 20 inches or so it wasn't high enough to just build one. So
Right.
all the snow that gets piled up, I just go
So
ahead
you
and
didn't make blocks and like make an arcing.
No, we don't have enough of those like to make slabs. We could do it like just fill up water and just make ice bricks and then make a real igloo. Except I don't know. That's too much time.
That's a fuck. That's like that's something for like the duration of the winter. Those are they're like this like 8 to 10 inches thick, and they're really meticulously done.
I think once you build one, they'd last all winter as long as it's freezing.
As long as it's cold enough, they'll stay up. In I think is it in Switzerland or is it Iceland? I think it's Iceland. They have these hotels that are made of ice, and you sleep on ice and you eat on ice, and there's big furs and stuff everywhere, these fires, and it's pretty serious. I mean, this really happens. These places are out there. It's nuts.
That's Sweden.
Okay, Sweden. Listen. Okay, Sweden. Okay, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna show some pictures of that. That sounds fucking awesome.
It's called the Ice Hotel.
Right. I was gonna say.
They drink a lot of iced tea over there, I'm sure.
Sweden. There it is. Images. Holy shit. Dude, check this out. Okay, watch. All right, this will be on YouTube, by the way. Most of you people won't see it. Have we fixed the glitch, or is there any way I can just put these up on Zoom, but then it won't be seen, or what happens?
No, you'd have to use a second computer.
Okay, so I can actually put it up like here. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way for now.
You could just send it, put it in chat, the link, and then I could go and open it and share it. Or Snort.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do it right now, but the... All right, here we go.
Although I don't think audio would work, but if it's a picture, it'd be easy.
Yeah, that's right. This is just the Google. This is just the Google Images, but there's so much. There's a lot of this stuff in here.
Sorry.
And people are so. What I do is I talk with we do direct mail with a bank. We're an actual lender. We do a soft inquiry on people, and then we have to send a firm offer credit out. Blah 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 blah. But I talk to people all over the country. And I talk to dealerships and try talking to these owners of these dealerships. It's a lot of fun. They're great guys. No, most of them are just pretty awesome, but most of them are just too fucking busy to have any words with me. But in Massachusetts, when I was calling this past week, they had and I think, were you a part of that? I think, right? They had there were a few states up there that had the civil alert or the national alert or something, and everything was closed. They told these people that were in this dealership to go home. Everybody had to leave and go home.
Yeah, like a lot of places, they told they said they weren't going to open, or a lot of places just sent people home just because they didn't want them to stay during the snowstorm.
Yeah, but this ice hotel is so crazy, dude.
It's not a low end hotel.
No, of course it's not Motel 6. I know that.
Yeah, it's a very, very high end hotel.
Yeah, it's more like it's more like the it's more like what's that? I was gonna say the Crazy 8 Hotel. No, that's not it. No, this is you. If you're going here and you're staying here, expect to pay at least $5,000.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say at the
Wow.
very least. At the very, very least. You know, and I was saying I messaged Snork earlier that Snork, I can get some good deals. By the way, anybody that knows me, I can get some pretty damn good deals in Anaheim with some of the contacts and people that I've worked with for hotels over here. So,
Okay, I tried the place you did mention. It
did you
looked
see
like
it?
because of the event that so many hotels were just outpriced for me.
Well, the thing is depends on the time. When I got a place for Josh and his crew, I mean, NAMM, National Association of Musicians, something's coming up, and that's like one of the biggest conventions out there that happens in Anaheim, like the biggest. And during that time, you are not booking a hotel for less than full pop. It's not going to happen. But there are some times, even in the summer, which people don't know, the summer isn't really good for Disneyland. People don't know that because the people after tax time is the biggest time where Disneyland starts doing really good. People get their tax returns, or people say, "Hey, we're going to Disneyland, kids. Here's your tickets." You know, stuff like that. So it happens like in late January, February, March is really big for Disneyland, which is interesting because that's like rainy season, but it's pretty big.
I'll just have to reschedule for after spring break.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good time. Yeah, but so the goal I think for Eben is to get a nice house, a nice hotel going, right? Is that what you're gonna be doing there, Evan? Start charging? No, you're not gonna charge people that come by. Okay, you're not gonna rent it out or lease it out or anything like that. Is it on your property or some outside? It's nowhere. Is it gone now? It's not gone. It's still there. Is the door locked? There's no door. Anyway, that was cool. We did stuff like that when I lived in Alaska. There was a lot of igloos that were actually made. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, the storm that happened up on the east was pretty nuts. It was just, I mean, so what happened, and I think there was like a lot of flooding right before it happened. And there's pictures of cars that were submerged past the tires, that all of a sudden the storm came, and now their car's like in a big block of ice. Like you can't get to the door; it's just a big block of ice. I bet you there's pictures of that. I'm actually going to look for it. Or do you guys want to watch some more crazy stuff that Clinton does?
Oh, hey, I know. Wait,
What?
your live chat isn't streaming. Your
What? Right
yeah, your
now?
live. Yeah, no, it stopped a while ago.
No, it says live stream right now. It's up.
No, your live chat. So have you seen anything past Eric
Oh
saying?
crap! Oh, because I have it. Hold on. Oh
But it's
no
not
no no no
that.
no! I know why. I got Zoom on. I got to take this off. Sorry.
Okay, it's going.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. What that does is it shows the people that are on and all this other stuff. That's just that's called a mental error. It's called AKA a brain fart. and I'm really good at those. Okay, I'm gonna go look for those pictures since I'm looking for the pictures. Oh, Snork, I sent you an email in regards to Les. Did you get that?
I think so.
What does
A couple
PE
hours.
mean? Physical
Professional engineer.
professional engineer. Is that like you?
No, professional engineer regards a license to operate a business as an engineer.
Stork is pretty unprofessional, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah. So that's so you would have a UPE. Am I correct?
No, usually for given, like if I needed something mechanical, I would go to someone who is a mechanical engineer with a PE and have them sign off on it.
Oh, okay.
Or if I do something electrical, I would have an electrical engineer with a PE sign off on it.
Do they charge,
Usually,
or do you guys barter? It's like, hey,
no. Usually, it would be for a fee.
Okay.
You're asking them to put their reputation and risk online, so you would pay them.
Are they liable if something happens?
Yeah. And that's why you go to a third party PE. They are become part of the public, like doctors. When they're licensed, they have a public responsibility, where I can be as irresponsible as I need to be.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, anyway, what I sent to him, he wants to know what the topics are. The one thing I'd like to hear from him, because he actually started talking about Fukushima in the live stream that I did down there when I was down in San Clemente, California, in San Onofre at the rally, and I was doing a live stream. And they had Bob Pope, and his name is Bob Pope is from the Public Watchdogs. He's a geologist, has a lot of interest in those little fucking Coors Light cans that they're filling full of radiant waste and putting them 100 yards from the Pacific Ocean where I go surfing. But anyway, so Les McCloskey, brilliant guy. They were both having just a crazy conversation. And most of the stuff they were saying, I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. Because one's like a professional engineer and the other one's a freaking geologist. So to me, they sounded like this. Wah, 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 wah. But it sounded really cool. But I'm inviting them on, and they said at some point they will come on. I'd like to have them both on at the same time, and I would truly appreciate it if Kevin would be good here because Kevin loves that kind of stuff, and I know that would be awesome if you were here too as well, for sure, Snort.
I plan on being in the area most of the nights the next few weeks.
Yeah, cool. Hey, Rebel. So that's going to be an interesting conversation because we're going to talk about a lot of things. The things that I listed, and I think you got the email, for sure Fukushima, nuclear activity that's happening all over the world and abroad, the nuclear business, just the business of nuclear energy. And to me, I think it's like the most threatening, most disturbing type of energy that's out there because of the waste. Because the waste is so vicious. It's just really at a micro level, just really destroys just a lot with just a little. You know what I mean?
Well, it keeps on destroying for a long time. So we are committing our children and many generations after to have to protect themselves from it.
Yeah, at the rate we're going, they only get a half-life.
A quarter life probably, or none at all. It's let's just say so. Fukushima happened in one place in 2011, right? A bunch of these building 4 or 3 or something, they all blew up. Whatever, it was terrible, plume and all that, right?
We don't know that. It might have been 2 reactor sets
instead of just 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Daiichi is the one we're talking about, but originally they apologized for Daiichi, which means the first in Japanese,
Right.
and Daini, which means the second in Chinese. I mean, in Japanese. So the second building is a little farther away, and they rarely ever show it on pictures.
Right.
Is reactors 4 and 5. So the first building, Daiichi, the first, has 4 reactors. 3 were fueled, and 1 had a full spent fuel pool. And the spent fuel pool is more of an issue than the reactors.
That's not good.
And the other one, Daini, I think had 1 operating reactor and 1 being fueled. So I'm not sure of their status.
Does anyone know how well the places surrounding those reactors, how people are doing?
They have made it illegal to discuss it with a foreigner, and a prisonable offense to discuss it with any member of the press.
Oh,
So basically, all of our knowledge for at least 2 years has been cut off.
Wow.
not cool.
Not very not cool.
Oh,
So this thing goes off, right? Does all this stuff. There's worse stuff that's happening. The stockades of this radiant waste that they keep. It's like 4 million tons every day that they keep pouring into the ocean since 2011. But anyway, and it's not good. So, but let's just say 5 of those happened at once across the Pacific. How bad would that be? 2 more, 2 or 3 more.
Well, how bad was Hiroshima with 68 kilograms of fuel? And you're talking 4 to 20 tons of fuel per reactor and spent fuel pool. So the Japanese like to say that, just a meltdown is no problem for them. They survived two atomic bombs. An atomic bomb is nothing compared to a meltdown. And they're trying to play it as though it's the other way around, that the bomb is the worst thing. The bomb is a whole lot of boom fast and a lot of heat given away.
Mm-hmm.
But a fire in a spent fuel pool is the worst situation you can have.
It's a slow death rather than a quick one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Situation you can have.
It's a slow death rather than a quick
But
one.
the people there are much more responsive to when the government tells them something to believe it than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And they're much more compliant in doing what the government says.
I don't think they have a choice.
Sounds great. We should live there.
Let's move. Well, no. We don't need to live there. That's happening here already. We're already we'll have that kind of stuff happen. Just give it a couple of years. Just give it time.
Well, their culture's shifting, and this might be the event that causes the shift.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think their compliance is a good thing. I love what they do with recycling. If other than nuclear waste, they're really good with everything else. They have 1 city in Japan that recycles 6 different materials. So every day they're put out on the street 6 days a week, 6 different bags. And 1 bag is for this material, 1 bag is for that.
Mm-hmm.
An extremely efficient recycling process. They have almost no, I don't think they even have any landfills.
Really? What if they do with the other stuff that doesn't get recycled then?
Japan incinerates a lot of stuff, but they have a plan for almost every stream of waste. And not all Japanese cities do 36 different types. That's their most efficient city there is. But most of them do at least 10 to 15.
Wow.
Neighbors in Japan will tell on other neighbors if they don't recycle properly.
I can see that.
So what else are you guys going to talk about in that debate or interview? I'm sorry, the interview, James.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Fukushima, and when they were talking that day, this is great, Snark. So when Bob and Les were talking, when I spoke to them about Fukushima, because they were saying Fukushima, everybody talked like it's Fukushima. I was saying, so Fukushima is what you guys, so I sounded really intelligent at that point. That was like great joke. It was like an awesome Joey moment when Joey had actually said the right things. But anyway, so you've got Fukushima that we're going to discuss, nuclear waste abroad, if there's any emergencies or anything that can happen. What would happen if 2 or 3 more plants across the Pacific decided to, melted down, or there were earthquakes or something? And we're also going to talk about fracking for sure. And then we're also going to talk about resources to get the word out to hold these companies that have poor maintenance, that aren't. I mean, some of these facilities are so old now, and they're doing the worst types of, just with the cleanup and maintenance and all that stuff. It's just terrible what they're doing. They're not serviced correctly in any way. And then we're going to talk about the people
Hillary
that,
Clinton.
yeah, for sure, we're going to bring her up because she actually likes fracking. She supported fracking.
Uh,
She's
I've
and nuclear, and so did Obama. Was a big nuclear. Go ahead, Snork. Sorry.
I've been to San Onofre. My biggest concern is the phenomenon called sky showing. And if I have those people there, I would first ask them. I don't want to sound like I'm bushwhacking them or anything. So if you could let them know ahead of time that I would like to ask them about sky shining. Are they allowing for that? How is sky shine being handled with this cast nuclear waste?
I forgot to put that in there, Snork. I'm sorry, dude.
I don't think it was as good as a movie as the previous James Bond one.
Skyfall.
Oh, okay.
But no, if they could read about skyshine beforehand.
Can you tell us, people who have no idea what you're talking about?
I kind of know. I've heard him say a few things about it, but
as the particles
ADHD.
bounce around and leave the area, because it's impossible to contain some of the high energy things that are leaving the radioactive waste. This also occurs around hospitals, and hospitals usually consider that it's such a minute amount of skyshine over the entire town that nuclear medicine cures more people than it kills. So when you put any kind of nuclear thing in an area with people, you have to say, what is the average reduction in lifetime that is expected per average person? So what happens is these particles go up, and when they hit water with just the right amount of power, they bounce, they reflect. And above a nuclear installation or medical installation that has nuclear materials in it, in fact, any materials have it, but it's when you get so much of it that it's a problem. You basically have this. Think of the water in the atmosphere tends to bounce the particles. So as the particles hit different angles in the sky above the facility, the water starts acting like a disco ball. You can think of it as a disco death ball in the sky. So when you have a lot of really intense particle emissions, you have them going up, hitting the moisture in the sky above it and bouncing off. San Onofre is so close to the ocean that it almost always has lots of moisture above it.
Yeah.
So, and it's not that far from populated areas. I went to a military base there. I can't think of the name of it. There's a marine base.
Yeah, it's El Toro. No, not El Toro, but Camp Pendleton.
Pendleton. That's the one I went
Camp
to.
Pendleton. El Toro
And
used to be there.
it's like Pendleton is almost just across the road from it, maybe a little bit south, right?
Yes, sir.
And so I'm concerned that I see no mention of the word skyshine and no mention of what mitigation is being done for the safety of the people on that highway
This is
that is
nasty.
just so close.
Jesus criminy, Snork.
Did
Keep
you
going.
just Google skyshine and you're seeing it?
It's on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Doing it on screen.
I
And
get
for
it.
some reason, they always pick vulnerable areas.
Yeah.
That's like
Did I
they have
Did I just
surfing
ruin your-
competitions down there. All the best waves for Southern California is trestles and San Onofre. There's uppers, there's lowers, there's old man's places where I go. I got videos of me that it's like the best surfing out there, bro. And now they've got fucking Coors Light cans, the size of a Volkswagen Bug, 5/8 thick, that have radiant waste that could easily, I mean, what if one fractures or one's not structured, or has right integrity, or there's an earthquake, or they knock into each other? Who fucking knows? But one leak out of one is just going to destroy the entire coast. It is fucking amazing to me.
Skyshine occurs when they're sealed too. They don't need to
What?
leak.
What?
The
Mhm.
amount of shielding that you would need is just very difficult. So casking is an alternative to having them sitting underneath 12 feet of water.
What is?
Casking. They're calling the beer cans casks.
Ah.
So I would like to know more. How are they preventing? Who says they're good? Are these the same people that have been counting at our elections?
I know, right? Probably.
And we don't need seatbelts. They just make people drive crazy.
All right, so fuck. There are some pictures of the actual containers I'm going to show you. Then they show the comparison of the ones that other countries are using, which has like a few inches thick to hold this stuff. But this stuff is being held, or something similar to this stuff is being held in these just little plastic like milk carton bottles out there for Fukushima.
Fukushima, you're talking about the water.
Yeah, I'm talking about the water they're storing it, and now they're just releasing it. They can't, they started storing it, but they can't store it fast enough, so they're just fucking dumping it.
Well, our nuclear power plants in the United States just mix it in with the steam cloud.
What?
Tritium. They just mix it in with the steam cloud and let it go up. There is a tiny amount of tritium natural to water, so they say it's a natural product that can just puff it out the end.
Wow.
And then where does it go?
It turns into moisture and it rains down farther downtown, downstream, and usually over poor neighborhoods.
It's crazy. I mean, they can't do this somewhere off in a desert or something. It has to be.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the biggest question I asked is, I mean, couldn't you, aren't the salt flats, I'm trying to remember the name of this place. They store a lot of nuclear waste in it already, but it's because it's made out of just the salt flats. It's salt or something, or Do you know what I'm talking about, Snort? They were they.
Yeah. Yucca Flats.
Yucca Flats. There it is.
Um,
How do you spell that?
Yucca.
Okay.
And what was the mountain? Maybe it was Yucca Mountain. Maybe the flats at Yucca Mountain.
Yeah.
YUCKA.
YUCCA.
I know.
TCA.
It's Yucca.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk out there. There actually the Yucca Flats is this is it. This area, and they have lots there now that they're going to be selling to people. They used to do a lot of tests for nuclear for explosions, right? Snork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another good thing to bring up because one of the guys is a geologist. The sites where we did the nuclear tests seem to be geologically active with volcanoes now.
Oh, cool.
I'd like to hear from somebody knowledgeable about geology, not myself who's a layman.
Well, that sucks. It's a Nevada test site. That's what it is, right?
Nevada and Utah.
Yeah, Nevada and Utah. Fucking Jesus. Ah, man, we're just dumb.
I know.
We're a stupid species.
And there's no wonder why we haven't seen aliens come here.
They're not going to fucking have anything to do with us.
Never.
No, they're just like...
They're going to wait till we all just die off and then...
So when you see the nuclear bomb, anybody seen the picture of the house that gets kind of leveled and then it kind of blows back? You ever seen that?
No.
Well, that's Yucca Flats, right? Snork? That's Yucca Flats.
I can't remember if it is or not.
I'm pretty sure that is.
But that's a town that they made an entire town just to blow it up to have pictures.
Yeah.
See what the effects would be for different size bombs. And there's a term for that town. I forgot what it's called.
Death Town?
Death Town, yeah.
Yeah, so there's an atomic bomb. Wow, this is nuts. They're showing it.
I'm just thinking the people that are in that to make it don't have to worry because they got little special fallout shelters and they don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, so what I find extremely interesting is that nobody truly understands how absolutely devastating the sludge that comes out of these plants are. How terrible this stuff is, and it's just amazing to me that nuclear power is the way to go. It's just fucking, it's amazing. All right, so I'm going to show you this. This is cool. Hold on. It's going to be on the YouTube, though. You know what? Why don't I'm going to give it to somebody. You guys can share it. It's just some bomb testing. It's nobody's. It's on 50 billion channels. And then just, do you want to put it on, Eben, or Snork, or who wants to put a Rebel? You can put it up.
Okay.
Okay. Or whoever wants to put it up.
Just send it through.
I'm sending it through right now, but this is just, and I'm going to tell you to go to the, I'll tell you where to go to. Go to the 421 420. That's perfect. Go to the 4-minute and 20 mark.
Okay.
Exactly, and then start it up and watch it. And this is what just is fucking insane. But this is what we dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? An atomic bomb. Snark?
Oh, yeah, that was atomic. The first one,
Big Bertha?
was Fat Man and Little Boy, and I forgot which one came first.
Oh, Fat Boy, Little Boy. Something like that. But yeah, when I'm watching this, man, this is just insane.
Okay.
Fucking
Okay,
insane.
Hoping this is the right.
So they built an entire house, and you watch it just get completely just fucking leveled. This is insane.
They made a complete town. You're just seeing one house.
Yeah, they made the whole town, but they're showing the one house with that.
Okay, I'm right at 415. Just
420. 4:20, please.
okay, I'm gonna do 418 just so I can
Okay, that's fine.
not screw up.
That's fine. And then just blow it up. And as I want everybody to see this is so fun. Okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to push pause because I want to ask Snork about something when you see it. It's something really interesting that happened.
Whoa, shut.
Okay, no, go. Okay, wait. I'm gonna tell you to push pause in a sec. Go. Wait
Keep going forward.
Yeah, go forward. Okay, now they're watch the flash. Keep going. Okay, now pause.
Oh, shit.
Snork, what are those lines that are going up?
They're to show wind and pressure changes.
So those were created just before it happened?
Yeah, they sent up a trail to
trailed smoke. Okay, go ahead, please, Rebel.
Holy hell, that looks scary.
Yeah, it's scary. Okay, now wait. There's the flash. Now I want you to see something. Now watch. What's the flash? There's the flash. Now, could you pause for a second, please? Okay, now, what is happening? Is this heat?
Yes.
It's burning the side of that house, right?
Yeah, the amount of light, it's hitting a lot of different light frequencies all at the same time, and a lot of the light frequencies have a lot of energy. So that is basically just vaporizing a large portion of the wood. Whatever that first flash hit, anything that flash hit for, I'm not even sure if a mile contained it. Anything that was in the light was almost ash. You can take a look at it. It's not really smoke. It's just like everything turned to ash.
It's ash, exactly. It's okay. Go ahead. What's stupid about this is they didn't put the car next to the house to see
the car was done there in person, probably on purpose. They wanted probably to see what the damage was to something that was shielded from the flash.
Okay, go ahead.
I wouldn't expect anything in there to be by chance.
Pause. Look at that. What is that called? What is that? Is that the pressure of the? What is that called?
Well, there's a pressure wave going across the ground right now too.
Okay.
Like horizontal?
Yes, 600-mile-an-hour wind.
Shit.
That looks more like 1,000 miles an hour, dude.
You might be correct. It's called Brisant phase explosion.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Brissant.
Brisant.
Yeah, it's basically anything that's there shattered down to just pieces.
Okay, go ahead. Push play. Thanks, Rebel. Fucking A, man.
No survival is possible at that point.
Oh, yeah, it's done.
Oh, I'm glad it's quick in case it ever happens. God, that would be. I don't want to hurt.
No, you would feel a little something, but then by the
No,
time it
basically, you need 0.3 to 0.7 of a second to actually feel any kind of thing. If you hit yourself with a hammer, you don't feel it the same
Okay,
instant
can
the
you push
hammer hits.
pause? Okay, so those troops were walking towards the debris. Are they in any danger of any radiation?
Yeah, they were. They actually wanted to see what percent of them would die and how long.
Oh God.
They actually told them to go do that just to see what would happen, probably, huh?
Yeah,
Later on, it was stated they were just guinea
they
pigs.
did not understand what they were doing. Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
they thought it was just like this big fucking bomb that goes off, like a big, like it's not like your regular firecracker. It's a firecracker that's as big as like 20 houses stacked on each other, and they're just like, wow, that's a big firecracker. And then they're going to go, wow, let's go check it out. So the general, who already knows it's dangerous, says, you guys go out there and check it out. And then doctors are like, oh, let's just monitor their monitor them with their pulse and what happens. They actually sent them out there to see what effects would happen afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, even the scientists like Richard Feynman, when they were actually viewing the like atomic bombs go off, they were just behind normal glass. They were thinking that just the glass itself would be able to protect themselves from any sort of UV type of radiation or whatnot. They didn't realize that wasn't really that safe. I mean, that's why he died of cancer.
Yeah, but the ones you see with people walking up to it, that wasn't that. This was not Trinity. This was a test that was much later than Trinity.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, go forward, but still, people are still very naive to the effects and how radiation really moved and grooved through matter. It's just amazing how
By the time of the test that you're looking at there, they already knew some of the effects that happened after Hiroshima.
Ah, wow. So all these people definitely are dead. I would probably guarantee that.
oh, they didn't know. That is just sick.
Yeah.
They're like guinea pigs.
Wow.
Who in their right mind can decide if a human being is?
Okay. Go ahead, turn it off. Thank you.
Okay, can I share something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Rebel. I appreciate it.
You're
Back
welcome.
over. Now that you saw that part of it, can you see it yet? Do you see
Let me see.
a site that is what used to be a town?
Okay, so those craters, I can see that. Yeah.
We're looking at the house you just saw blown up.
Oh, where's the house? Which one? I can see I can see your hand. Can you circle it? You can circle it.
One of these, I don't know which one it is.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those, of course.
Wait, is this Detroit?
Yeah.
That looks like Detroit.
So, I mean, I don't think it's been touched since then.
If you had a Geiger counter, would you get some ticks?
Yeah, you'd still get ticks.
Whoa.
You're talking stuff is gone from the just gone.
Yeah, just gone. Look at the craters. Look at these craters.
Now, each of the craters was another test. All different types of sizes.
Let's look for a big one.
Chad is saying in chat they were even putting depleted uranium in plates and dinnerware, even in the 1950s.
Not depleted. They were non-enriched.
What's the difference?
The uranium they put in plates up until the 90s was as it was mined. There are many different isotopes of uranium, and different ones have different decay rates. And there's only two that you want to really use for nuclear power. And there's a third, there's a few of the others that have some other usage. Depleted uranium is usually uranium that the useful isotopes have been removed. And I can't really see a big one.
And isotopes are
The different amounts of neutrons and
Look at this place.
yeah, this is
It's this fucking crater
there's a
after.
big
Look at that. There's a big fucker right there. Fucking Jesus. That.
You know,
Go ahead.
you could survive a nuclear blast by hiding inside of a refrigerator like Indiana Jones.
No, it's duck and cover underneath your desk. Just duck and cover.
Well, actually, the best place, I think we talked about this before, is probably if you want to try to survive, probably try hiding in your bathtub full of water. The people have tried like diving underwater in like lakes and rivers, except those lakes and rivers just got so boiling hot that they just got boiled alive.
Yeah,
but
you need about 12 feet of water for the radiation. Then you got to worry about the heat.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go down like 30.
Yeah, and how long could you hold your breath after you've been excited?
I used to be able to do it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably now. I did like 1.5 the other day.
Well, that's why you have a straw. You just have a very long
Very
straw.
long straw, a 14-foot straw.
just always carry one around, eh?
Yeah. Does anybody know what these formations are here by the nuclear tests?
Is that the stuff that Hillary Clinton spits out after she
Is
coughs?
Yeah, that's how they mark it.
That was gross.
That was fucking crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do I need to put the bag back on?
No, what? Yeah. So
Sorry.
what is that? What are you talking? What are you getting to there, Snort?
I'm just thinking while we have a geologist on here. You know how close we are here talking about the test sites here. And right here we have something that's been oozing black melty rock stuff.
What?
And it's huge.
Like lava?
Yeah, like lava.
What do you mean, like fossil fuel or like tar?
Like lava.
Where?
Oops, I lost it.
Well,
See this huge volcano?
how do you even know where you're at right now? Jesus. So go to that place that you're talking about with the oozing stuff.
He's in Iowa, James.
Yeah.
Right, but
As I back off, you can kind of start to see it's round and it's a mound.
yes, I can see that.
And
That's not cool.
And then there's another one, and another one, and
What are those? Those are just shadows and stuff, right?
they're volcanoes.
Yeah.
But are they active? Are they active? Come on.
That's why I wanted to talk to a geologist.
Oh, okay.
Because I would say that I am not confident.
This really sucks that all this. They're going to start. I think they're going to start inhabiting people there. Can we go? Go ahead.
Who would have thought that living in Nevada would be a gamble?
Well, as I back off, you can kind of see how big the caldera was, and how big this caldera was. And these are the lava flows. Imagine this is that the size of the island of Hawaii?
No, so I get what he's saying is these are big fucking volcanoes. Like
they have a lava pattern too.
And we did something really similar to fracking, right here.
Oh, that is so intelligent,
Oh,
right?
right next to the volcanoes. That's perfect.
So we just
Oh, Jesus.
pummeled it. What is that? 1,900 of them,
That's crazy.
and each one of them has more power than any frack well ever would have punched.
They are fucking
Hey,
morons.
can you fly over to Mauna Kea real quick?
Yeah, sure.
You got your Google Earth on. That'd be cool just to be able to do that. Okay, yeah, Mauna Kea. It's gonna take a little bit to.
That's clear.
Yeah, it will.
So when a flat earther uses Google Earth,
They have a special version.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they have. There's an app for that. There's the flat Earth app.
Are you shitting me?
I'm gonna fucking make it, dude. Let's fucking make the flat Earth app.
I don't understand why you don't.
Oh my god! Fuck! I'm not kidding.
We could probably make a good amount of money on that.
We could make a ton of money, dude. And we'll charge like we'll charge like $10, $9.99, and they'll pay.
Because they're already
I gotta have that app because the Earth is fucking flat. And you know, go ahead. Sorry, Rebel.
They're already dumb enough. They will buy it.
Oh, yeah, man. With my life savings, I'm gonna buy that fucking app.
What was the reason? Where does the water go?
It falls off into mystical mist. Just mists away. What is going on with your Google Earth?
I can't get a good picture on.
Because you gotta slow it. Just let it. It's. I think it's trying to
zoom and enhance. Zoom. Enhance.
Yeah, it's not Star Trek.
I'm watching, waiting for something to happen. I'm like, is that really happening right now?
I think it has been fuzzed.
No, it has. I'll find it. Can you get out of here? Because I can't. How do I get out?
Oh yeah, I can get out.
Well, let's just hope Bob Pope comes. He's a geologist, and the professional engineer Les Lewinsky comes. That would be totally cool. I just like to hear what happens. The biggest questions I'm going to have is how are we going to reverse all this? How are we going to fix all the crap that, I mean, you know, Evan's got kids. I got a grandkid. I've got kids. Everybody's got kids. And, you know, and here we are. It's just, all it takes is what, 2 or 3 more nuclear sites in the Pacific to get.
If the one in Nebraska had gone, we would have lost the Midwest.
And that almost happened.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm not moving to Nebraska.
You would have lived west of it.
Okay.
Well, it's, you know, tornadoes and nuclear waste. Not a big deal. It'd just be glowing, spinning around, glowing. No big deal.
You know, in a Futurama episode, one of their solutions, because you can't travel back in time, is travel forward in time until you cycle back to where you were. I think the way to reverse this is to just fully accelerate as much as we can, just like we are doing, and eventually we'll get to the point where we're back to square one. You know,
I get you. So just really turn it on hardcore, full on pollution and crap, and just put a pedal to the metal, and just all this, and just fast forward it in a sense.
Exactly.
And then boom, we'll just get right through it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
They already have.
You know what?
They already have a flat Earth app.
I know that.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Really? I wonder how much money that app.
It's free.
Oh.
The
Goodness.
ultimate flat.
Oh my
Earth
God,
app.
there's a flat Earth app. Fucking crazy.
What?
You know what it is, Snork, is that I'm Hawaiian, so Pele has given me the ability to look at the island.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my fucking god.
Just go to Google Maps, bro. That's all right. So
I have to look at one of these.
I'm gonna send you the link, Snork, and let you navigate.
Oh, it's a lot more crazy than I thought it would be.
Listen to this. Before you were born, before your parents, your grandparents, before you even had a family line, there was the illusion, the trick, the lie that you lived on a small spinning rock flying through space.
Man, who are those fuckers that are telling us that? Who are those bastards that are saying that we're on a round object? God, I want to punch them.
The seller is iMobilize.com.
I'm what?
iMobilize.com Incorporated.
I'm a moron.com. Fuck, right? Is the next app I'm a buffoon.com? Jesus fuck. It's real. I can't believe that's baffles my mind in the 21st century when, I've been on a plane and it wasn't the window, because this is what the flat earth people say. It's because when you look out of the window and you kind of see the curvature of the earth, it's the window, it's the glass, it's giving you that effect. An airplane. You can see the fucking curvature when you're up 40,000 feet in the air, and it's completely clear as you're going over the Pacific Ocean, as I have many times going to Hawaii, and you can see it. It just kind of goes, and you can almost measure the difference in probably millimeters. If you drew a straight line across the window, there would probably be at each end, there would probably be a slight difference in height from center to the ends.
It's actually because your eyes are slightly slanted this way. So what you're actually seeing is the curvature of like the further ends being.
Oh, the roundness of our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an app for that to fix that?
Fix dummy?
No. So we need a round eye app. So we need to make it. We need a slant eye app. Did you get it, Snork?
Yeah, I got it. Did you want me to show Monica?
Yeah, please.
Monica.
East to Java, molten bodies.
Am I showing the right one?
Yes, you sure are, sir.
Looky.
Monica is there.
Okay, so what's really cool about, let's pan out just a little bit. What's really cool about the Hawaiian Islands, which people don't know. Can you pan out away?
I've been on the east's upper to the south side, the Hilo side.
Yeah.
I still haven't.
No, they're too far. Because so if you see this, what happens is these atolls, these giant mountains, just came out, and what's great about the surfing, that's why surfing is awesome here, is that these waves, these giant masses of water just hit right up against these giant mountains, and these little reefs that are out there along the edges create these badass fucking waves, which is just awesome to ride. That's what I'm saying. It's just, and I've actually been out in sailboats. Does anybody know what turtling is when you're sailing? I'm going to tell you what it means. So
I know what it is when you're using the restroom.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know what that is, and maybe you can tell me about that later on, but thank you. So,
like really later on.
So when you're out sailing in a Hobie Cat, or even if you're in a monohull, okay. So what we used to do is we used to sail way far away where we couldn't really see the islands anymore. We could see like the very tips maybe, because we were so far out in the ocean with these Hobie Cats, these 18-foot sailboats, and some beers and maybe a bag of Ruffles potato chips. And all of a sudden a big wind comes, and we're sailing, and here's our sail, we're sailing, and all of a sudden, and here's our sail, the two fingers of the sail, here's the two hulls, and all of a sudden we get knocked over by the wind, and next thing you know is we're turtle. They call it turtling. So our the mast, the boom, everything, the sheet, everything is inside of the is turned over, pointing down into the water. Now, when you eat it out here, where it's really deep, the ocean is black when you look down. It's not light colors. It's not a bunch of fish. It's like black. It's like darkness, black darkness, even in the middle of the day. It is the scariest fucking thing ever. So I am just saying, it's deep out here and it's nuts. But here's the reason I wanted to take you out here, Snark, is when you have Fukushima that is creating all this stuff, and if you pan out, that's coming off of and if you go to your left, you'll see Japan or Fukushima. That's too much out. Yeah. So the circular pattern, there's the fault line. That's the fault line that keeps going up and down.
Oh, wow.
But so the circular pattern, with your cursor, you can show everybody the circular pattern of how everything kind of moves. Okay, right there, that's fine. So it all kind of goes across there, right? Yeah, just like that. You know, but what happens is some of that, a lot of it hits northern Alaska, Canada, brushing up against California, Northern California, and then it comes circling back around down. But eventually, that stuff is going to start to hit Hawaii. Do you think it's already hitting it by now, or?
Yeah, it's going to be very dilute for when it hits to Hawaii. But Alaska, this range from here to here appears to be hit really heavy
right now.
My adopted family that lives in,
that sucks.
They say that they're starting to see stuff.
Yeah, just you guys, real quick. You guys remember what's the show Deadliest Catch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is where they grab all that king crab, opilio crab. All there. Do you think? Here's a question that I'm going to ask Bob, and I'm going to ask Les, and I'm going to ask you guys all at once, but you probably already know the answer. Do you believe that some of that radiation may already be, in contaminating some of the crustaceans? Do you think?
Well, it depends. A lot of the sea stars are gone. Just gone.
Really?
Oh,
no. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Rebel.
No, there's a movie where it shows like 5, 6, 7 years, like a while back, of all the sea stars that are down below some of the glaciers, down below some of the in that area out there, just tons of them. And you're talking about those sea stars. You ever seen that? You ever seen the movies where they have the speeded up?
They could not figure out, because of course, they're not allowed to investigate if radiation caused it. But for some reason, along the northern part of the West Coast, a lot of the different types of creatures just disappeared. Check out, Google what the last anchovy crop was.
Oh, Jesus.
All you have to do is Google anchovies, none found, Pacific.
Oh my God.
Crap. All right, take it down.
Take it out.
But so I just wanted people to hear my little sailing story. Okay, and also know where the stuff is. But my biggest my biggest problem with Hawaii right now is I do have some people that have brought it up and that have been, mentioning it here and there, but nobody's really doing anything active. There's not a lot of activity. Nobody's demonstrating. Nobody's protesting. Nobody's trying to get the city or the state to at least start some kind of group or department to watch what's happening out there and demand more information, because eventually that stuff is gonna hit there and it's gonna start to make an effect. The ecosystem, the nuclear activity, I think, which is really amazing, really affects, I think it tremendously affects a lot of microorganisms out there that, in a very bad way. That's just my theory.
Why wouldn't Tulsi Gabbard be doing something about it by now?
I'm going to ask her.
That is weird.
I'm going to call that girl up.
Please do. All writers. That's our home away from home.
I posted a link from a Yale study. And of course, they're required to say that these an unknown cycle of the Pacific, that so many of the fish are died, but went from 1.4 million tons in 2007 to 100,000 tons now, or 2 years ago. So it's less than a tenth of the crop. 90% gone.
Ah, man. Okay, so the thing of fuck. So scientists now link massive starfish die-off warming the oceans, and this is February 21, 2016. But it's just getting worse and worse and worse. If anybody wants to challenge me or Snork or Bob or Les or anybody out there that understands the human footprint and how fucking destructive it is, please come on this show, because you need to be enlightened. You need to know what's going on. There's a guy on YouTube that Cheryl watches, which is kind of weird, that says climate change is a hoax. His name is Robert something. God, let me find him. Hang on.
She's in chat.
Like happening, just she's got some good stuff, but when it comes to climate change, it's kind of freaking me out that this guy kind of keeps preaching that it's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm trying to remember who his name is. He's got some good stuff, but that's just kind of weird. Ron Gibson. It's not Mike. Ron Gibson.
By the way, James, you got to not minimize your window that has your
the show on
Restream.io.
The Zoom, yeah.
No.
Oh, is it too small?
No. If you have it minimized, then it doesn't keep going. So you got to unminimize your.
Oh yeah, window. I think I'm good now. Where am I at now? What's it doing now?
It's not updated.
No, it's streaming. It's streaming okay now.
Nice. No, but it won't show on your YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not moving. It's not updating. It's because it's minimized. You got to unminimize it.
Oh yeah, it's way back in the color.
It's way back in the what?
And like really colorful pictures.
It's back. The latest one is at 9:45 p.m. It's not updating because you got to unminimize that window that has the Restream.io chat. Otherwise, it just freezes from that moment where you have it minimized.
Are you talking about the chat? Or the
yes.
picture or the Zoom? Okay.
The Alaska Department of Fish and Game
9:45
on August 10th of 2017 halted all commercial fishing guided boat charters, even residential anglers from catching any salmon.
That sucks. So I have real quick, Eben. So I have to go to the. So what am I doing? Just tell me real quick.
Your restream.io chat, your browser window that you have. It's not showing on your screen, so click it from your taskbar area, and then it'll just pop back up.
All right. Or I can just go to. Can I relaunch it? No.
No, just it's just minimized.
I clicked it.
Try typing something in it, I guess.
No, I'm moving it around right now.
Snork. A mouse dairy farm. I just realized.
Oh, yep. You had it. Well, oh, you have to click on the. You have to make sure it goes all the way down to the bottom. Is it just scroll that to the top? Maybe there's a.
Maybe it's missing part of it or something.
Oh no! You know what? Restream.io has some issues. So Restream.io's chat will end up freezing. You have to download the Windows application version of Restream.io if you want to see the full chat. So I'll tell you about it when we're offline.
So why did it stop at 9:45? Jesus, what did somebody tell?
No, Restream.io just has a bug in there.
Okay.
In one of their builds.
Okay.
I noticed that a couple days ago. Yeah, I think it has to do with the new year, or they must have made an update. I don't know which one.
I should check if I need update.
Did you see the oh look, that worked. Hold on, is this up? Let's see there. No, it didn't. Okay. Did you see the video I sent you on Patreon that girl did from How to ADHD?
Yep.
Did you? So you know what's going on with that, and they just did something new or different or something like that?
Yeah. So they're gonna charge a fee for